Is Momo about to use unlimited blade works? I really hope so. I really hope so. Hey guys, ForTheAfro Reviews here, and today I'll be reviewing chapter 200 of My Hero Academia. So first things first, congrats Horikoshi, 200 chapters, that's a huge milestone, so go him, especially because he didn't think this manga was going to last actually at first, and now it's at 200 chapters, and it's doing freaking phenomenally, so congrats. Anyway, getting into the chapter, the cover page has the main cast of characters and Momo on it. If you can really count Ida in the main cast, he hasn't been in anything in so long, like any like main role in an arc. And I hope he gets a good role in this next battle round. Anyway, shows all them on there. They all look really cool. Bakugo looks the best, and then we get right back into the chapter with the fight here. Mushrooms everywhere. Everywhere is mushrooms. I knew this girl had the mushroom quirk when I saw that one girl on Momo's nose last chapter, like, and obviously we knew she'd have a mushroom quirk, but yeah, I knew, like, she'd be able to grow them, like, on things from a distance, but, like, the amount that are growing right now, way more than I thought. Way, way, way more than I thought, because, like, an entire corridor seems to be just covered in mushrooms, like, all the way around on the ceilings, the walls, the ground. So that's pretty effective. They also are growing all over Toru, which is basically rendering her quirk mostly useless. Like, she can still reflect light in that really bright super move she has probably, but like she's no longer really invisible because I mean there's just floating mushrooms. Like, oh, those floating mushrooms are Toru. So that's kind of unfortunate for her at least. I mean, for Class B they're doing great. And then Vanta Black has fused into a black mushroom with his quirk, which is a really, really good combo, I have to say. And he's waiting for Dark Shadow, so he's going to try to take Dark Shadow back over, which, again, is really good for the scheming hero Vanta Black. And he's really growing on me. I like his style of fighting, because he's like, I'm not going to run fighting, so I'm going to be scheming and do what I can. Next, we get a little mini flashback of Kendo going over the plan, and she's like basically saying, like, you go take over Dark Shadow, hit him up, and we'll win. And Vanta Black is like, well, what if, like, that doesn't work? Like, what's our backup plan? They're like, well, if that doesn't work, they'll definitely use a light, and that light will let us know where they are, so then we'll surround them. And I don't know, I think it's a pretty good plan. It seems pretty basic when you really break it down like that, but seems to be working more complicated with all the quirks interacting and whatnot in actuality. It's at this point in the chapter when Manga makes his quirk known. I am so excited. I said a few reviews back I was excited to see like what his quirk was exactly. You know, it seemed really interesting. He's able to make onomatopoeias like become real things. I don't get how this one exactly worked. He went like wham zwoom or something like that, and then made a giant, like a huge wall just like in between Momo and Aoyama and Tokoyami. So there's a giant wall there. Aoyama's laser can't break it, which makes him seem kind of useless, but whatever. The wall is freaking enormous though, and there's so many onomatopoeias like in writing in Japanese, so yeah, he has a really versatile quirk. I'd say it's comparable to creation almost. Like, not exactly, because Momo literally can just create anything as long as she knows how it works. But, I mean, onomatopoeias, there's so many, and he doesn't have to understand, like, how anything works to do that. He has to, like, have a good, like, vocabulary of onomatopoeias, so Manga seems pretty OP. Sato actually breaks the fourth wall a tiny bit. He mentions, like, how does this work in other countries? And that is a really good question. It also turns out that Manga was utilizing his quirk to make it more humid. I think it was like Jime or something like that. I don't know. It was like a weird onomatopoeia. They have a lot, like I said, and they don't all make sense to an English reader, but knowing, like, you know, the little footnotes that tell me what they are, you know, those are all I really need. So he used one for humidity, basically, and made the mushrooms grow more, like, rapidly. So this is probably why the mushroom quirk earlier, it was so impressive, like I was saying, just covered a whole corridor, like, instantly. So that's probably why that happened, is, like, just the combo of their quirks. And between that and Vanta Black fusing with the black mushroom, their quirk synergy is really good. So the next exchange is Kendo mentioning that she's cut off the brain of their team, basically, because, you know, in the last exercise we learned that, you know, having a leader is important because the Class B team didn't really have a designated leader. Everyone was just kind of giving orders as they saw fit, and that kind of broke down the chain of command and ended up in them losing due to a lack of communication. So in this match, you know, everyone has a good set leader. I think they learned from their matches, although both Kendo and Momo are also kind of natural leaders, so it makes sense. But so now that they're cut off, Kendo's going straight for Momo, and she's using her big fists, and I guess we've never really seen her just do straight martial arts with her big fists. We've seen her do, like, wave her arms really hard when she was fighting Mustard and, like, blow a bunch of stuff away. Creative use of her quirk. Very creative use of her quirk. And we've seen her in do some martial arts while she was doing the beauty competition, but this is the first time we've seen her just hand-to-hand combat, and she is strong. Like, the way her punches were drawn kind of reminded me of Rappa. There's no way they're that strong. They're probably pretty strong, but there's no way they're that strong. She's just wailing on Momo, though, and Momo creates a tungsten shield immediately. Really good detail by Horikoshi. Excuse me, is that she used tungsten. She didn't use like steel or something, because that's an alloy and that'd be more complicated to make. No, she used tungsten, which is an element. If my chemistry isn't failing me, I really hope not, otherwise I'm gonna look kind of dumb. So Kendo continues her onslaught. She does not let up. She's trying to give her no time to think, similar to the fight between Bakugo and Izuku, where Bakugo was like, no, Izuku's good at strategy. I'm not giving him any time to do any of that shit. I'm just going to keep attacking. So same kind of general thought process there. We then cut to Tetsu and Todoroki, and Tetsu's essentially like, oh, she's got him, and Todoroki is more saying along the lines of, I think they misjudged Momo. If they really wanted to take her out, like and take out the brains, like, and they were taking her seriously, they would have just sent her their entire team versus Momo right off the bat. Otherwise, they're grossly misjudging her. They're underestimating her, and that is a cocky ass thing to say. And also, I don't think it's untrue. He finishes by saying that planning and acting under times of crisis is kind of like Momo's specialty now after everything she's been through. And although Momo herself still isn't super confident in herself, she thinks she's inferior to Kendo in terms of just like strategy and whatnot, even if she might have like a more useful quirk, you know, just objectively. But it doesn't matter because she's now going at it with her super move. I assume it seems like it's going to be her super move that she was alluding to earlier during their training, how she like needed to work out a couple more kinks, and we didn't have any idea what it was going to be. So I'm really excited to see this. Like I said as a joke at the beginning, I really hope it's like unlimited blade works, basically just blades everywhere and she's just wailing shit. That'd be really cool. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this fight progresses because my general thought process, my prediction, that's what I'm looking for. My prediction is that Momo will whoop Kendo. She'll take her out, and it'll all be part of Kendo's plan because the rest of Momo's team will get captured, and then the time will end or something, you know, or then they'll outnumber Momo or something. It seems to be the most likely occurrence just because you can't have Class A just wipe Class B. Like, Class B has to win some. And anyway, guys, that pretty much wraps up the chapter. Like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video at all. It would greatly help me here, and I'm close-ish to 100 subscribers. I'm like at 90 or so last time I checked, and hitting that 100 really just make me feel great. So please help me out here, and if you enjoy the content, I'll be bringing you more. Until next time, guys. See ya.